Hi class, welcome back one more time to CIS 121 Online Learning. And this is going to be the last in a series of videos which is going to help you do your App Lab project. And we're starting out here at the place we were at the end of the last video where we had created an application with some buttons which allowed us to draw a square on the screen, change its colors, erase it, and so on. The two new things that we're going to learn here, the two main new things we're going to learn, is how to make another screen and also how to add images and work with images. So first thing I want to do is add another screen. Now and to do these things we need to go to design mode. So I'll click on the design mode button and I'll click inside this screen here, and you can see it's got a default name of screen 1. I'm going to have several screens, and giving them different names might be helpful. This is the screen that draws, so I'm going to call it draw screen. And what I'm going to do is create a second screen. And this is going to be a screen that we'll go to when we're done drawing, kind of a goodbye screen. To do that, I'm going to take the screen icon and drag it out, and we see we're now looking at screen 1. I can select the screen to look at with the little pop-up here. Okay. And again, this is going to be my end screen, so I'll give it a name of end screen so it's clear to me which one's which. We saw naming buttons was very helpful. And the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to put an image on the screen. So I'm going to pull out an image toolbox item. And like on your App Lab project, we're going to fit this to size it to the whole screen. So I'm just going to drag it down and size it to the whole screen. And now I want to choose an image for it here. So I'm going to click on choose. I'm going to get it from a file. Now I have a bunch of images in a folder over here, and I'm going to choose my rainbow image here and open that up. And it adds it to my set of assets for code.org. And I'm going to choose it to be the image that I'm using. And you can see it inserted that image onto my screen. Like on your App Lab project, I want this to fit the whole screen and put a little border around it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down here to one of the properties in the image categories that says fit image. And I'm going to pop that up, and there's a choice called fill, which is going to fill it to our screen. Okay. And I'm going to just put a couple labels on here. Labels are just text, so I can take a label object and drag it out here and just say kind of thank you for using the program. Okay, it gave me a new label. I'm looking at that label's properties right now. Just type thank you in here. And we can do all kinds of formatting associated with that by changing the properties over here. So I can go over here and change its color. Maybe make its color white, kind of a dark background. I might come over here and resize it bigger. And then I can also move it around. You get the hand and move it. I'm kind of lost the edge here. Just resize it a little bigger. So there's my one label. I might add another label there that has like my name, who wrote the program. So I'll drag out another label. So you'll be using labels on some of your applications. And again, I'll just put some text in here, written by Mazur. Again, I can resize this font size, increase the font size a little bit, drag it, resize it a little bigger. And I could change the color and whatever else I want to do. Make it a little more visible. Maybe I'll make that red. Oops, where's my red? There's some red. And that's significantly, whoops, move my image around there. You can select things, like I can select the image, or I could select my label. So you got to be careful what you have selected when you're moving things. Now I have my label selected, and I can just add that to my screen. So that's my end screen there. Now I have my drawing screen and I have my end screen. I have no way of going between them. This is kind of like linking with web pages. I can have a button here which is going to go over to that other page. So I'll bring out a button here and maybe call it end button. Give some text in it like, I don't know, quit is fine. Again, we can format that text, maybe have a purple background on it, and make the text a little bit bigger. And there's a button that's going to end my program. It's going to take me to that other screen. So how do I do that? Well, I need to add an event to that. So we'll go over to our code mode, okay, and pull out an on event. And the event, or the button we want to choose is the button I just created. Did I name it? Yes, I called it end button, so it's pretty easy to know which one's which. And let's just for fun choose a mouse over event to cause that to run. So I don't need to actually click on it. I can just move my mouse over the quit button and it'll go to the other screen. And then we need some type of a block which is going to get me to that other screen. And in the UI controls, user interface controls, towards the bottom there's a set screen button. And it just takes one parameter, which is the screen we want to go to. In this case, that screen is my end screen. And now I'm done with my little project I wanted to do here. Let's run it and see if it works. I can draw my square, draw the square again, but with different colors, green or red. Erase, pick red, draw a square. Seems to be working okay. Now when I click on quit, actually I didn't need to click on it. I just needed to move my mouse over it. It takes me to my end screen. Okay, so that's a lot of examples of things that you need to do your App Lab project. Now there's going to be one extra credit part to this, which is going to be to send your project to me so I can run it on my phone. Okay, and to do that you can click on this icon here, or this button here that says share, and then you can say send to phone, and you could send this to me or to your own phone or to some other friend of yours. So I'm going to click send to and type my phone number in here. Oops. Boy, let's see if I can type my phone number, 418-3094. And now when I click send, it's going to send that to my phone, and pretty soon my phone is going to beep, and I can now run that. It sent it as a text message. I can now run that on my phone. And you can get a little extra credit by doing that for your App Lab project also. So as usual, if you have any questions, just let me know. We're winding up the class. Try and do all your work, and do contact me if you're having problems. So long and have a great day.